93.9, 95.5, 96.3. One time, yes.
Ooh.
102.3.
I'm gonna let that roll a little bit, one more minute. This is I'm gonna tell you about it in 1 second. This is some new music from District Kings. Hey, welcome to Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges. This is my Substack, Transparent Conversation, Elevated Exchanges, and also my YouTube channel, Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges. I am Calvin, or your boy CPJR, or CPJR 300, but only if you feel me. The light is blue. You know what that means. We're elevated on life tonight, which is very good. After what I've been going through, it's good to be high off life. And let me say this right off the bat. It's good to be here. I missed last week, birthday. Like I said, everything didn't go to plan. And, I would say health issues. But I'm okay. I'm doing my thing. I'm still doing my thing. And I'm still here talking about the Republicans lie. That's all I say now. They lie all the time. And you can't debate with liars. At this point, with everything that's going on in this country, there is no reason to keep debating with the Republicans. 1 second. That music at the beginning of this podcast was from the District Kings, a go-go band out here in Maryland. They play on Saturday nights at List Lounge. That is a new song from them, and the new song is titled, I think it's called Touch Me. It is a groove. It's a groove. It's a vibe. I'm going to try to pump it up as much as I can. I hope to get out there to see them within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, List Lounge. Hope to see you there. If you like go-go, if you don't like go-go, experience it live and you will be a go-go fan. So that was the District Kings, and the name of that song was Touching on Me. It's a sweet vibe. It's copyrighted, so I can't play a lot of it, and I don't want to get strikes on YouTube. You know how it is. 3 strikes and you're out. You lose everything. So I'm very cautious on getting YouTube strikes. I think I may have 1 or 2. Maybe just 1, not 2. So I'm really cautious on that. So it's up on, that song is up on DSPs. Like I said, it's on Spotify, YouTube Music, YouTube. I found it on all those DSPs. So you can go ahead and download that, stream that, run the numbers up, because it's really good. It's a good song for the summer. I wish I could play more of it, but it's a vibe. All right, so welcome back. Like I said, we talk about Republican lies here every week. I probably will start recording a little bit more because I have time. All of a sudden, but there's just a lot going on, and I'm committed to trying to grow this channel, trying to learn how to present better. I used to have a speech impediment. I probably still do, and I probably overcompensated in some ways. And I didn't really take time to learn to, broadcast or speak publicly in the correct manner. So I don't want to edit out my ums and ahs. If you want to edit it out, let me know, and I will get you the file so you can edit those out for me. But we're going to live with it for now until I learn how to speak more clearly, articulately, and without saying anymore. All right, so like I said, I spent the whole day getting ready for this broadcast, because like I said, the it's just a lot going on. We had a third attempt on the president's life last night, and it was a doozy. it looked fake. I'm still on the fence whether it was really fake or not. I want to go ahead and say it was, but you don't know. I don't know. Was it fake? Was it fake? Did it look fake? It looked fake to me. But I don't know because the guy was a teacher, and he decided that he left the manifesto, or they found the manifesto. He's from California, brought his guns, and security apparently was lax. And they didn't, and the president and his crew and his supporters on social media creatives, they weren't upset that the security was so lax that somebody was able to get into the room that didn't have a ticket or wasn't clear with a shotgun, a pistol, and a knife. That's the wrong weapons, dude. Assault rifle. If you're gonna go up against the Secret Service, you're gonna do an assault rifle. You're not gonna do it with a shotgun or a pistol. You're not gonna get it done. And he didn't get it done. He actually didn't get anywhere near the president. So was it an assassination attempt, or he just went crazy with a gun? It's gonna be interesting to hear everything in the next few days. But of course, they're already saying that they need the ballroom now because they can't keep the president secure. And Todd Blanche has already sent out. He sent out a letter threatening the attorney generals that are suing the president or the administration, the regime, I'm not sure, but to stop the building of that ballroom because no one voted on it. No one voted. That is the people's house. We should have input the representatives on what should be on that land. He is not the owner of that land. The Republican Party is the owner of that land. Whatever needs to be done needs to be brought before the people and let us decide what we want to do. You've already tore down the East Wing, paved over the Rose Garden. Jacqueline McKinney? Yeah, paved over a whole Rose Garden. And I've been hearing rumors about they want to knock down the building. I think it's the Blair building across the street from the White House. I'm in D.C., so I know I used to work right there. So there's the White House. There's the White House in the middle. Then there's the Treasury building. Then there's another building, executive office building. I think that's where the vice president's offices are. The first lady's office used to be in the East Wing, gone. So they've been doing or got a contract to do some work on the building across the street, looking for dealing with the water problem, probably mold. That's the same thing they did, according to what I've seen. That's the same thing they did in order to get the East Wing tore down. They started looking for water. They said, "Oh, we got to tear this down," and tore it down. So it's a lot going on over there, and it's. So immediately after he was shot, Twitter, Truth Social, all online, they all started saying we need the ballroom to protect the president. The only problem with that is that we didn't need a ballroom to protect the president before this president. So we don't need a ballroom. We need Secret Service to do their job. We need that's DHS. We need the FBI director to do his job. Did they miss something? This guy came from California to the East Coast with weapons, checked into the hotel with weapons, and then brought those weapons downstairs and didn't get to the president, got in the room, shot in the air, only shot a Secret Service agent that he didn't want to shoot, according to his manifesto. He didn't want to shoot anybody else. Oh, the reason that he wanted to shoot the president, according to the manifesto, was because of the Epstein files, pedophilia. That's the reason. because he doesn't think justice is being done. So I applaud you, regime, Todd Blanche, DOJ, FBI. Just release the file. If the man's innocent, release the files, and then we'll know. You should want to clear him so that people aren't running around here thinking that justice is not going to be done, and try to kill him. That's not good. It's not good. It is not about the Nazism, the ICE. This is about young girls being raped, and unalived, killed, trafficked. This is about that. And this teacher decided that he can only take so much, and apparently try to do something. But it looked comical. And the thing about it is, this is the picture of the people at the press conference. Do you notice anything about the regime? They're smiling. They don't really look traumatized. I get they've been through 3. They're laughing at Trump. I see it now, because they have to laugh at Trump's jokes. They've been through the first one. The first one was fake. His ear, he didn't get shot in the ear because the ear is perfect. He's 80 years old. He's not growing back cartilage in the ear. There's no scar. There's no nothing. So do with it what you will. But they're happy. They don't look traumatized. They were just in a assassination attempt. And then there's other video. Please take time to do not only look at what the not only look at what the the mainstream media is telling you. Look at the videos from independent media so you can see what really happened. It was a lot going on. It was very strange night, and I don't understand it. If you worked in DC like we do, my parents do, everybody work in DC, we been through the security, and I've never seen this happen before. You know what I'm saying? From the January 6th and them not shooting the protesters to and they got to the Capitol, and to this, everybody saying that all you needed was your ticket. They weren't checking and verifying that the people could be in. All right, so I'm gonna give my story. One time when I was working on the one time I was around like someone who has Secret Service protection. I worked right across the street from the White House, so I was there. So I know that they have snipers on the roof. I've seen them. They have used uniforms, Secret Service all around the perimeter. In patrol cars, they're on bikes, they're walking, there's dogs. The whole area is locked down as much as possible. They closed the 16th Street, the road that goes in front of the White House. So like I said before, I'm sorry. So like I said before, let me turn this picture off. So like I said before, I worked down there for a number of years. So the White House, the Treasury Building, Executive Office Building, Blair, there's another building, I don't know what that is. There's a park, and then right here is a Treasury Annex building, and that's where I worked. Now, to get into those buildings, you have to have ID. If you want to bring in a vendor to do some work, I worked in IT there, so I had to do this all the time. We have vendors coming in to work on IT stuff. We actually build a network and set up an ATM network. So every time they sent in workers or had to come into for meetings, I had to arrange them to come into the building. So I had to get their driver license, names, all that information, give that to Secret Service, and if they had a felony, they wasn't getting in the building. And we had to tell people, you can't come in because they're not going to let you in. They're not going to let you in. You can't have a felony in your record and get in the building, right? All right. So this guy didn't have a felony, but they weren't checking anything, apparently. It was very lax security that night. And why? Why did he go? Because he hasn't been to the meeting in a while. And then the first thing they want to do is demand the ballroom be built. so so anyway, back to my saying. So security's tight, right? There's tunnels underneath. They've already talked about that on another podcast. There's tunnels underneath. They're all secure. Like it's like you can't go here, you can't go there, you go there. Whatever your badge says, all that kind of stuff. You're not wandering around the area if you're not supposed to be there. 100% ID check. So I also worked on the State Department campus for a while. Cleared again. You had to get cleared again to get in there. And this is, I worked there during the time that Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. So it was during Obama. So while I was there, she came for a visit. I don't know what it was for, but we just informed Hillary Clinton's coming in here. I don't know what that means. That means nothing to me. I just started the job. Doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care. So I had to go to IT. I got to go do something. I got to do something at a certain time. You register. You're setting up things all day. You got times to go see people when they're available. I think we were doing an upgrade at that time. We were doing a new deployment. Windows 8. No, it was Windows 10. Windows 10. Yeah, 8 was trash. So is all Windows trash now? I should do a tech show? No. So let's get to the story. So Hillary Clinton came in the building, right? She's the Secretary of State. She's the former First Lady, wife of Bill Clinton. So she has Secret Service and State. So when she was in the building, I didn't know anything. I had to go somewhere, and I get up to go, right? I'm downstairs on the bottom floor. I got to go up. So I go out. I look around. There's people with uniforms everywhere. They said, you can't go in the elevator. You can't move until she leaves the building. Everybody in the building is cleared, right? We all have clearances. So you can't go anywhere while she was there. So we had to just sit there and wait. And I had an appointment and I couldn't go. That's how security works. And normally, with Secret Service, that's how it normally works. It's locked down. So how this happened? Incompetence. The guy should have did it. If he did do it, it looked fake to me. And that brings me to, what was this, bro? I mean, you don't see Stephen Smith a lot, thank God. Stephen Miller a lot, thank God. But when we do, this is what we get. He's never gonna live that down. He's I guess leading his wife out, but she's in the front and he's grabbing her boob. I don't understand how that happened. I don't know. But anyway, after everything was done, and it was time to, everything was done, everything was over, they postponed it. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it was ever going to happen. But they postponed it, said they're going to redo it. He said he wanted to go and do it again. But the building couldn't be clearer. That was an assassination attempt. So after everybody just walking around, taking selfies, having a good time. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe, and share, please. Thank you. So everyone's walking around, taking pictures, doing selfies, just having a ball, having a ball. And taking bottles of wine. They have just been through a traumatic event, but they would still want to get their party on. The women are taking bottles of wine, there's selfies, what I'm saying? This is after an assassination attempt. So the Republicans are not serious people. I already said the Republican stands for nothing. It's a criminal organization and it needs to be dissolved. But more on that. We're going to go politics. So we're going to get to the videos. Now I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna get to the videos now. We're gonna talk about the lies. So I think I wanted to center this around the racist lies. Like, the Republicans keep telling us that they're not racist, but their policies are racist. Chip Roy, I didn't do the video because I think he's a terrible person. He called it the Mondami bill. The Mondami bill. The guy who's in New York, the mayor of New York, who's doing a great job, doing everything he promised, working for the constituents who are under the thumb of high prices, food deserts, crime, slumlords. He's helping them, right? But Chip Roy called his bill the Mondami bill, and he wants to say in the bill, he says, if you're socialist, communist, I don't know what elseist, you can be deported. And I think he wants to like citizens can be deported, but it's naturalized citizens. So Mondami can be supported because he's Democrat, socialist, communist. It's unconstitutional. It's free speech. What are you doing? What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? That's the most racist thing that I heard this week. You don't like the man because he is as Muslim. He's Islamic. He hasn't proposed a Sharia law. There's been no Sharia law. There's been nothing. They just want to have something to, I don't know, throw at, I don't know. They're racist. They're racist and they lie a lot. All right, so here we go. So I broke this up. If you look down the show notes, all the credit, links, information about the videos that I view will be in the show notes. All credit is given to the creators. I just want to talk about it. You know? Plus, people like this kind of content. But really, though, I think for me, the videos that I choose to view to emphasize the point that Republicans lie, billionaires lie, the farmers lie, all these people who created the situation are just perpetuating more and more lies. I got a message for Democrats too. It's a lot. I forgot what I was saying. What was I getting ready to say? Help me. Anyway, so let's go back to the first one. So the first area you want to deal with, I got this on my phone. Let's talk about. I want to talk about the propaganda wars, the AI wars. Iran's been killing it with the AI videos. I think they're accurate. The Iranians aren't lying. So my birthday was on the 19th. I'm 60 now, and I remember the hostage situation when it happened. And I remember why it happened. Basically, they were under the Shah. They wanted the Americans out, and they wanted their country back. The Shah, because they wanted their oil. They want their money. They want their oil to be used for their country, for their people, and not have to split it with the British or the Americans. That's what caused them to. That's why they installed the Shah. The Shah was he was repressive. He was oppressive. He was installed by the Americans. He did the Americans' bidding. So they said nope. Did the thing. Took the hostages. Rough. Let the black hostages go, because we going through the same thing. So, and then after that, we rescued the hostages and then put them on sanctions. And then Israel keeps attacking them. And they had a war with Iraq. But so for me, if I'm looking at it in a really very objective view, being under sanctions for as long as they've been, having the amount of oil they have, and then the amount of wealth they could be generating for their people, is just ridiculous. Saying that they can never have a nuclear weapon is just ridiculous. As if all they want to do. Okay, so here's the thing, right? They will not say Israel has the right to exist. Israel does not have the right to exist in Palestine. I heard it today. If Israel, after the Holocaust, they should have gave them a chunk of Germany, right there, a chunk of Germany, and then they could have just fought the Germans some more and took over that land. Them saying that they have a biblical claim to the land, the Torah. Is that admissible in court? Is there a deed somewhere that we can go look at? Because the Torah is not accepted by everyone. So their claims to the land is not accepted by everyone. The British gave them that land, and all of a sudden they say they want it all. So the plan has been, they're a rogue nation, okay? And here we are. So I'm like, I work with Persians. I've worked with Iranians. They're some of the nicest people I've worked with. When I was at ExxonMobil, I had, you get there, you got to shadow someone and trader at ExxonMobil, so it's big. So someone, I got assigned to Sarah Amini. I still see her on LinkedIn. She was smart, intelligent, efficient. She knew her job, and she didn't mind sharing knowledge. And she was encouraging. I could get answers from her, not a problem. And she corrected me because I didn't know that they were Persian. She corrected me. So if you spend time with people, you will learn that we're all the same, right? So they've been telling us for years that Israel is bad, Hezbollah, blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff, and they keep attacking Iran. So Iran, in my opinion, wants a nuclear weapon, so Israel can stop attacking them and bombing them. I don't think they want a weapon just to bomb somebody. North Korea has a nuclear weapon. Do you know what no one does to North Korea? Attack North Korea. So I see the point of them wanting to have a nuclear weapon. I do not see the point of saying that, Iran should never get a nuclear weapon. Okay? Israel has nuclear weapons, but they will not say anything about it. Israel is not our ally. I'm more about that, though, later. So that's my view on Iran. I think it's misunderstood. I think as the marketing job, whatever they teach us, has been skewed, biased, and you don't really learn people if you're scared of them. You could open dialogue. So we already had a nuclear plan in place that was inspections, everything. They were trying to get the sanctions off and get their money for their people. If you want to say that the country's repressed, that's fine. It is. But money changes things. Money changes things. Give them their money and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Which could have happened by now under the previous whatever treaty they had, the agreement they had under Obama, that the whole country was happy to have. But it's not there anymore, and here we are. So Iran's been killing it with the Lego videos. I mean, they are really telling the truth. They're brutal. Give me 1 second. They've been brutal with the truth about it, and I watch them. Some of them are a little off, but they've been true. They've been talking about our repression, how they're taking advantage of us. They've been talking about the Epstein class is ruling us, and we're following a pedophile, which is true, as far as I know. Because if somebody called me a pedophile, one thing I'm going to do is prove to you I'm not a pedophile. I'm going to show you everything of where I was at any given time to get that off me. Because remember when Jay-Z, the 13-year-old girl, the lawyer said that him and Diddy picked up a 13-year-old girl in the parking lot, took her to the house, and had sex with her. What did Jay-Z do? Oh no, I'm suing all y'all. That did not happen. I'm suing all y'all. And then the people that were like on riding with that, I was like, damn, I'm a fan of Jay-Z. All the music, if he did that, and I know people will still say he is freaky as Diddy. He did cheat. I cheat. Everybody cheat. You know, don't do monogamy if you don't want to. You don't have to. That's my advice. A lot of them talk about that too today. But anyway, I'm full of it now. I'm elevated, but I'm not elevated. So anyway, so just like that, he said, I'm gonna sue everybody. That's it. Give me the proof. There was no proof. They backed off. Cause Jay-Z said, look, that's a serious charge. You need to call the police. If I did that, if anybody did that to my people, I'd be calling the police, right? I'm not suing you. I want you in jail, and then I'm gonna sue you. But you going to jail, or you might die. One of the two. But I'm not gonna just sue you. So it was a money grab, right? And once he sued him, went away. No proof. So in this instant, he ain't say that. He just say, no, you can't look at the files. That's what he's saying. He's saying you can't look at the files. We're going to let the sexual predator that's in jail free because she has information that she might give, but she said, I ain't going to give you no information. Send me free. Ghislaine Maxwell. They talk about pardoning her. And the Republicans, the liars, the people that stand for nothing are all behind it now. They want to set a sexual predator, a pedophile, a sexual trafficker of little white girls free. And that's the party of family values for you. They can't use that anymore. They'll try to use it again. They are amazing to me because they will just come back. Let's say in 2026, if we win with everything, and be saying like, we can't be doing this. They want to put trans. They want to do this. They want to have boys go in the girls' bathroom. But y'all want to let a convicted sexual predator free because y'all don't want y'all man convicted of pedophilia. You don't want to give those young girls justice. And then if we believe anything about the assassination attempt, that's what his motivation. He wasn't motivated by politics. He was motivated by criminality of this Trump administration. All right. So, propaganda videos. Iran with the Legos have been killing it, but we have a new contestant in the mix. And this is a shock. Because the Japanese put this out. I think it was a fan video, but it's accurate. Who is that? Who's that resemble? This could be a manga or manga called anime. This could be a series. They could kill him every week. Destiny Child, where did that come from? Epstein Files.
助けてあげたぞ
Yo, that's an ally. Japan is an ally, and that's how they see our country now. And then that's another thing about the assassination attempt. His manifesto is like this is us. If we don't do anything, this is us. We're being led by someone who's friends with a pedophile, close friends, and he's acting guilty. He's acting guilty. Because you don't want that charge on you. Why would you want that charge on you? You don't want that charge on you. All right, so let's go on. Let's get this done. I've been on here 30 minutes already. All right, so let's talk about more lies. Let's talk about the first, and this is all going to be in the show notes, right? Everything I'm talking about will be in the show notes, links. Okay, so let me do my pitch. If you only watch mainstream media, you are not getting the news. You're getting what they want you to know. And there's so much more. You're not getting real discussions with the, people who worked in the Fed, people who worked for these leaders, people who worked in DC, people who know what's going on, who have contacts, lawyers, people that worked at the FBI, AG for the FBI, not the AG. I'm sorry. Maybe he was though. Not the Attorney General, no. General Counsel. He was General Counsel. But these are the people that are doing podcasts. Maddie's Touch, Legal AF, Crooked Media, Bulwark. Am I missing anything? Talking Feds. That's Legal AF. There's a lot of them. Anyway, if you want good independent media, ask me. I'll tell you what to watch, or just go to the links. The links are there. Train your algorithm to give you the truth. And here's the thing about what's going on right now. Here's the thing that's going on right now, right? And it's blowing my mind about what's happening with Israel. Is we had an idea of the genocide and ethnic cleansing that was happening, but now we're seeing it. It's not if you're only watching mainstream media, you don't see it. You're gonna see something tonight, and you saw something last week. You're gonna see it. It's a genocide. Israel's a world nation. That whole thing about calling people anti-Semitic if they come up and say anything against Israel, you're anti-Semitic. I don't know what that means. I am agnostic. I don't care about the history of no religion. I don't classify people by their religion. I classify people by their behavior. And the behavior of the Zionists in Israel is horrible. They are horrible people to what they're doing. All the trouble in the Middle East is Israel. All the trouble in the Middle East is Israel. All right. All right, we go to the first lies, racist lies. This is a young lady. You definitely should pay. I think she's running for office. She's in Texas. Racist lies is the first thing we're going to talk about. She's in Texas, and why is this relevant? I got 2 videos from her. She's fighting the fight. Her name is Stacy, Attorney Stacy. I don't have her last name. I apologize, Attorney Stacy. But your information and your links are in the show notes. Anyway, so she's in Texas fighting a good fight for education. About they're removing words from the curriculum and books. They're removing words like lynching because it's a bit harsh. It wasn't a bit harsh for us to be lynched, but it's too harsh for the kids. It wasn't too harsh enough for the kids to be taken to the lynchings, and they sat their kids down, gave them a lollipop, and asked them to, watch this. We already know, what is it? Picnic was about lynchings, right? It's in history. They don't want to say that, and they got the word stricken out. The thing about Texas is it's a large school district, Texas, California, and basically, I'm not educated. Maybe I'm wrong. So look it up. So if the books, they only want to do one set of books for the country. So if Texas is the largest, they're gonna do the books for them. So you gotta see this. The first video I'm gonna show you is crazy.
The fact that the people I just named owned enslaved people. As a black person, I feel like that is villain-like behavior. And so when you let me finish, please. So when you say these people weren't villains, it is very insensitive to not just me, but some of the students that we plan to teach in Texas.
And here in America, we abolished slavery.
Okay, so here's the thing about dealing with these white people, and they're so sweet. They sound so sweet, right? And we're Christians. This is a Christian nation, so we shouldn't talk about slavery.
If you're a true Christian, you should be for the abolition of all slavery. And our founding fathers worked toward that. And
she said our founding fathers worked towards that. Our founding fathers were slave owners. They were not trying to abolish slavery. Slavery was abolished by a civil war, and the reason for the Civil War wasn't to free the slaves. Lincoln said that if he could have did it without freeing the slaves, he wouldn't have freed the slaves. So she doesn't even know history or accept history. She is teaching the kids. So if Texas is messed up, this is why. Uh-oh.
make that happen. And actually, Islam is taught for slavery. And so by allowing
She said Islam is taught for slavery.
Islam, Sharia, to be taught within our school system.
Okay, let her finish. I love slavery. Okay, I just want to let you know that it is my belief that the founding fathers were complex in nature. Would you agree with that? No. Knowing the facts
They had
that
slaves.
they owned slaves. Would you agree with that?
They weren't Christians either.
Again, we abolished slavery and they
But
took on
something had to exist first before it was abolished. Yes.
because there was slavery before they came.
Which the founding fathers participated in.
We abolished it because we're Christians, because we're a Christian nation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, she said we abolished slavery because we're a Christian nation. That's what we're dealing with. That is the Republican lies. We abolished slavery because we're Christians. There was a civil war. The founding fathers did not abolish slavery because they were Christians. They didn't give a fuck about it. They were deists, by the way. Mostly, look it up if you want to. They didn't want anything to do. Most of them didn't want anything to do with Christianity. Thomas Jefferson? He wrote a book. He wrote a Bible, the Thomas Jefferson Bible, and took all the references to Jesus out. Because there's some good parables in there, some good little stories, so some good things. There's some nuggets. There's some nuggets, but you can't base your life on that. I'm sorry, it's the truth. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. No. Let me fix that up. You can base your life on Christianity if you're a Christian. I have fun with that, but that don't mean I got to. I don't have to. So anyways, the second one, and you see what this woman's dealing with. This is the next one. So according to that, they don't want to teach slavery because slavery was abolished by the founding fathers because they were Christians. That's the story. That's the story they want to teach. They lie. They lie a lot. Okay, but they're not racist. They always tell us they're not racist. I think one of the gubernatorial candidates in California stated on the debate stage that we need to get over slavery. Just get over it. Get over it. What's wrong with you? Move on. We don't need slavery. I'm sorry. Racism. Get over it. If you are the group in power who isn't affected by racism, of course you just want to get over it because you want to keep doing what you want to do. Remember I said J.D. Vance said that you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. It's perfectly fine for a white man to say, just get over racism. It's over now. Why are we still harping on that? Okay. All right. So that's a big deal because did I finish the last one? Did I finish the last video? I don't know. No, I didn't.
There was another standard that was attempted to be amended, and it was amended. I think it was in middle school, where the middle schoolers were going to be required to identify the acts of violence, including lynchings done by the Ku Klux Klan to African Americans in the 1920s. And then one of the Republican members of the board said, "Hey, I moved to strike the word lynchings." And you know, he was like, "I just don't think that that's appropriate. I just don't think that that's appropriate."
She didn't take her glasses off.
So I said, hold on.
So she can see
in
better.
middle school,
So
they
she
didn't
try to
learn
understand
about
better.
Abraham Lincoln being assassinated. They didn't learn about other people getting killed. They didn't learn about at least a couple of world wars. You are literally dehumanizing what so many people went through. And I might add, little kids were eating popcorn with their parents while this stuff was happening.
And little black children were being lynched.
So and I said, and this was a lawyer who asked for this amendment, right? So lawyer to lawyer, if you cross out the word lynchings, what acts of violence are we going to learn about?
Structural violence, like what they doing now.
And it was silence on the dais. And it was voted down. It was crossed out.
So lynching was crossed out. You took so many hits. Y'all took so many hits.
Yeah, and that's what did it. Like, you asked about the humanity. I just broke down right there on the dais. I was like, I can't. Like, I'm a human. Like, how much can somebody take, you know?
Yeah, that's Texas. Yeah, me myself in red states. I commend her for fighting a good fight, but that ain't gonna change. That's not gonna change. If that white woman believes in her mind that the founding fathers ended slavery because they were Christians and they weren't Christians, what are they learning from? They're just making it up. All right, so that's what we're dealing with, y'all. All right, so I think I got a third one. What is this one about? So that's a big fight because that's how people don't learn history. That's why we keep going through the same thing. They don't want to confront. They don't want to confront the fact that their ancestors owned slaves as chattel slavery and tortured black people, killed black people, maimed black people. Because they were like animals to them. They were like, you know, they had a horse, a pig, a cow, and a slave. They're all mine, and they do exactly what I tell them to do. I could eat them. I could kill them. I could beat them. I could sell them. I could make this one have sex with this one. I could breed them. And that's what they believe, and that's what they did, but they don't want to confront that evil that they did. And instead, they want to come up with fairy tales about, yo, I didn't do that. That didn't happen. But that's it. It's a big fight because those are textbooks. Those white kids aren't going to learn, and you know, my grandson got to deal with that. For what? I don't know. All right, so let's go on. Got a long way to go. Worldwide racism. It's not about the Republicans, but there are MAGA. There's British MAGA.
Reform UK says it would block visas from countries seeking slavery reparations. Reform UK has proposed denying visas to people from countries calling on Britain to pay reparations for slavery, with Jamaica listed among the countries named. Reform UK will block visa requests from the following countries if they continue to demand slavery reparations: Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, CARICOM, Dominica, Ghana, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti. So basically just all the countries that they stole resources and pretty much colonized, essentially. Type shit.
So
basically they don't want to be held accountable for slavery. The people from the countries where slavery was a thing would have to forget or let it go in order to get into a colonizing country. You know what else I've noticed? All these colonizer countries, it's not that they don't have the money to pay back, they just don't want to. Look at the US, for example.
Exactly.
They print the goddamn money, and they send billions to Israel yearly, but they can't pay back a simple debt that's owed.
What keeps popping up in videos?
You know why? Because they know they fucked up. Facing that pain would mean destroying the lie that America was built on hard work and dedication. No, it wasn't. It was built on slavery. They don't want to face that. Haven't y'all noticed all the countries listed were countries robbed of their resources? Add Sri Lanka, India, and Pakistan to the list. Yo, honestly, to the Caribbean, y'all should put visa requirements for certain countries visiting the islands. Simple.
They should. $1 million.
Watch how quick they start backtracking.
$1,500.
Reform UK says it would block visas from
so
countries
like that's
seeking
that's
slavery.
it though. It's universal, right? You know why Haiti's poor? Because of reparations. They had to pay war reparations. They had to pay for the slaves. They were slaves, right? They beat every military, got their freedom, but they said, you know what? You have to pay us for your bodies because we owned your bodies. Now it's kind of strange, I guess, because they didn't want to kill them all, but because they've been paying reparations, so they're poor. On that side is the island Hispaniola, Dominica, Haiti. Dominicans hate Haiti, Haitians because they're black. They don't like black. That's some stuff down there. I'm not dealing with it. So, but that's when you talk about it. They need to fight back. Haiti should not be as poor as it is, and that's France, and that's. I was born in France. I used to like France. I'm like these Rothschild. These countries are actually evil. I don't care what they're doing. They have evil, and it's all about dollars and cents. And if you're black, you behind the wall. Yeah, it's rough out here. It's rough out here for us. Anybody of brown color, you see what's going on in this country now. So let's go on. This one's sensitive because it's religious lies. No, I used to be a Christian. I now call myself a spiritual agnostic because I was an atheist. I went through the whole process. It's a long thing. I've talked about it before. Atheism is a belief, right? I don't believe that there's nothing. I don't know. Until I have proof, I don't know. It doesn't benefit me to say there is nothing. My spirituality, I call myself a spiritual agnostic. Spiritually, it helps me to connect with other people because I believe we're all connected through some kind of spirit, energy. It's love. If we could all tap into it at the same time, we could overcome anything, but we don't because religion. Religion is not spirituality. Religion is about control. Here's a religious lie for the week.
If you do nothing else,
I like this guy.
Nothing else today, please, I implore you to listen to this brilliant woman who has my utmost respect.
Me out.
Listen to the whole thing.
Utmost.
Your religion is not special, and you are not special for believing it. Your book has no authority over anyone except yourself. Between this mandatory...
All right, let me give my disclaimer. Yo, if you're a Christian, I'm not against you. If you believe it, live it, do your best. Just don't put it on me or anybody who isn't Christian, which is what my family believes. My family believes that. I used to be, like I said, I used to be a Christian with them. Their Christianity is for them. It's not for laws. And that's what Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism is not Christianity. Is a theocratic. They're the Taliban of America, basically. They want to just tell everybody else what to do, or kill you, or lock you up. if you're not a Christian. They've already said that we can't be Christians. We can't be in their church over and over again. So this is she's sort of going on a rant about Christians that want to impose their beliefs on non-believers. That's what I'm talking about. Not people who are in their faith and using it to build themselves up and live the best life they want to live.
Reading list and the bills passed last year, like SB 965, which would allow a teacher to preach these stories as if they were fact, it is clear that a special level of arrogance is infesting the Texas government, because it does take a truly special level of self-delusion to think that you are so star-spangled special that your preferred interpretation of your preferred translation of your preferred unsubstantiated, unproven, unfalsifiable claim is correct to the point that you think you have the right to indoctrinate the next generation with it. This is clearly a Christian supremacist agenda, if not evidenced enough by the fact that no other religions are on this list, then by the fact that you've had a parade of Christian supremacists at this podium openly stating that they believe their faith system is superior, supporting this list. This is not providing historical and cultural context, and to act like it is insulting to the intelligence of everyone here, especially considering we're talking about a religion that has done its best to erase history and wipe out other cultures in the places that they've colonized. And in a day when Texas government has removed restrictions on teaching these stories as if they were fact, we had a whole series of Supreme Court cases on teaching your religion's objectively wrong claims as if it were equal to empirically verified facts, and not once could Bible thumpers provide any evidence better than magic. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, not 6,000. Humans are not descended from a dirt man and a rib. There was never a global flood, and a person cannot survive in the belly of a whale for 3 days. I know that some of y'all are desperate to pull fact down to the level of religion by pretending evidence-based science is a religious idea, but like it or not, these are things that we can actually study and test and provide evidence for. Critical thinking, investigation, and the scientific method encourage curiosity and learning, whereas the Christian religion is happy to end any investigation with "except God did it" or "burn for eternity." This dogmatic thinking has led to centuries of hatred, genocide, and support for slavery, and to indoctrinate children into it is a direct harm. Vote against this list.
There you go.
That is fucking spot on, and what I'm talking about.
So that's my biggest thing about Christianity. Christianity is like the only religion that tells you to proselytize. Go ye therefore, teach all nations, convert. That's a big thing about Christianity. That is pretty much the only religion that does that. Everybody else, you got to come to ask them. You got to go through hoops to get into it. They don't want you there. But Christianity is that. If you were going to take over the world, Christianity would be your religion. Because that's what they did, right? They go there, they sent the priest there. It's happened in Japan, America. The priest there, they start teaching people the religion, and then religion is control, and then they want to get into heaven, and then they start like down. I have to, in order for me to get into heaven, I have to assimilate to you. So if you want to take over the world, religion is the religion. Christianity is the way to go. That's the religion to pick. Islam is not about taking over the world. Contrary to what's being taught in this country, Muslims don't want you. They don't want you. They don't want you to be in their religion. You could be in their religion. You can study and become in their religion, but they don't proselytize. They don't want. I've worked with many Muslims before. Never had a problem. But the people are like talking about Madami and Sharia law. I haven't heard any Sharia law from Madami. I haven't heard any anti-Semitism from Madami. The man is working for the people, and more coming on that. I got a message to the Democrats. If they don't want to lose the midterms, which they could lose. I don't care about this redistricting. I don't care about what Trump is doing. It's already come out. The reason that they lost was Palestine and the genocide. That kept a lot of people away. We always think about that 90 million people that didn't vote. a large chunk of those people, they could not vote for a candidate that received money from AIPAC or couldn't call what's happening in Gaza and now Lebanon a genocide. That's why they lost. That's why we lost, and that's why it was close. It was, and it is happening again. It's happening again already. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go. What's up? So we were on religion. Oh. All right, we're going to talk about the farmers, man. The farmers are like, I don't know what to say about them, man. Because they'll do it again. We listen to Republicans who were saying that they see what this man is doing to the country and to them personally, but they can't vote for a Democrat. What the fuck? I'm talking about, wow. Oh, my shirt. What's this? I'm a rebel. This is Star Wars. The Rebels are bold. I'm a rebel. You know what? We should all call ourselves rebels and not Antifa, and then have them come up and say, we're going to tackle the terrorist organization in America, the Rebels. They wouldn't know. We should do that. That'd be a good one. Let's all start wearing rebel shirts and call ourselves the Rebels. And then they're going to put us in jail. Where am I at? All right. Did I skip something? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got a long way to go. All right. This has been over an hour. Okay, so this is the farming lies. This is crazy. I just can't understand how you could do this to your own industry twice, and then you will do it again. They aren't getting bailed out. We're gonna have food shortages after a while. Food is gonna jump high. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
I have to get these carrots to market by next week, or my contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I would get kicked out of that contract. And
why don't you get some of the 758,000 Americans that voted for Trump in Kansas to pick your fucking carrots? I thought Mexicans were taking y'all's jobs. A little history fact for you. During the Great Depression, the government rounded up a bunch of Mexican-American citizens and deported them back to Mexico. Some of them weren't even fucking Mexican. If they just looked Mexican, they deported your ass. And then guess who the fuck came back crying to Mexico, wanting our labor back during World War II? That's right, the United States government.
So this had happened before. By the way,
what the fuck do you think is gonna happen when we're over here fighting each other, killing each other, destroying our fucking economy, destroying our food chain?
Jesus is.
What do you think other countries are thinking right now? What an excellent time to launch a fucking attack.
I'm worried about China attacking Taiwan and taking it. This would be the time to do it. We can't. We will lose. They've already said that if the Chinese would decide to attack now, we will lose in a week. We're so depleted. You already see the food that's happening on the ships that we wouldn't win. They haven't fought anybody. We've been fighting since President Trump. Not fighting, just shooting $1 billion missiles. Just sitting like carrier strike groups here, there, blowing up boats in the Caribbean. All that munitions cost money. And guess what? They all own stocks in defense, right? So they make money off that too. Okay. I'm gonna go on because I got a long way to go. So that was what? We were talking about farming lies. Oh, all right. So next, I gotta talk about that a little bit more. I gotta talk about it a little more, yeah. Why isn't anybody picking the carrots? Why isn't anybody picking the carrots? who was picking the carrots before he was president? Where'd the laborers go? Where'd the carrot pickers go? Where did their help go? Were they deported? Are they in detention centers? I remember last year they were in Alligator Alcatraz. They were talking about putting people under a farmer. They were talking about slavery. They were going to give the people to the farmers, and then the farmers would be responsible for them. And then I guess they would return them or kill them. I don't know what they would do. Give them back to the detention center? It's slavery. It always goes back to slavery. How can they get free labor out of brown people? That's what it always goes back to. So let's go on. I don't know what that man is going to do. That was a few weeks ago. I don't know if he got his carrots picked or if they just rotted in the field. There is food rotting in fields. And then there's going to be a fertilizer shortage because fertilizer comes from oil, petroleum products. So let's talk about the billionaires. This is a billionaire lives. I don't know how you feel about Mark Zuckerberg. I hate Facebook. But it's like a necessary evil. It's weird because you don't go on Facebook for a while. They just start sending you emails about random people. Blah 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 posted. Blah 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 liked. Blah blah's comment on. I don't even know the people. They're sending me. They want me to come back and just go on there. And I go on there, and then I gotta delete all the rage bait because they want outrageous engagement, and then I just come off because there's nothing in there. It's a rage machine, and that's what he wanted. And here's your boy.
This is revealing news. The Washington Post is reporting this morning on text messages between billionaires that have been entered into evidence in the case between Elon Musk and Sam Altman. This particular message is from Zuckerberg to Musk. He congratulates Musk on the progress of Doge, says he's preventing Doge members from being doxxed, and asks if there's anything else he can do to help. Now, this was at the height of Doge making cuts to the federal government that disproportionately impacted black people, particularly black women.
Yep.
This is also when Doge was making cuts around the world that led to hundreds of thousands of people dying. This is just a reminder that the billionaire class is a club, and Elon Musk is the president of that club. They will never work in the public's best interest.
So a lot of people, I work at IT. So a lot of people, family members, ask me about, are you getting into IT? Are you excited about AI and IT? No. No, because I watch real news. The people that are excited about IT, about AI, are the people that want to sell your AI. And that brings me to an incident at my job that I'm no longer at. I resigned. They were a Microsoft partner. I'm not going to talk about them. They're a good company. They're a Microsoft partner. So they sell a Microsoft product. I'm not a salesman. I don't want to sell nothing. I'm in IT. I want to be mean to you, but I want to help you. I want to be your best friend, but I don't want you to, I'm going to be mean to you and ask you, why didn't you reboot your machine every day? Reboot your machine. Just, you making this hard. Reboot your machine every day. That's actually like 95% of the problems because people don't reboot their machine every day. I shut down my computers every day and turn them on in the morning, and I don't have problems. I tell people this, they won't believe me. They don't believe me. I was at Amazon and people were arguing with me about, no, I don't have to turn it off. And they say, no. They'll say, I turn it off every night, right? You run system info from the command line or system info, hit the start button. It'll tell you how long the computer's been up, right? And I say, no, your computer's been up for like 500 days. No, I close the lid every night. Closing the lid is not turning your computer off, okay? All right, so that's that. So, AI. The people that are excited about AI, people that sell AI. So, there was not an incident. There was just something that just rubbed me the wrong way. We were Microsoft. It was a Microsoft partnership, or a Microsoft partner. It was an MSP, managed service provider. And so my job was to provide help desk, a service desk analyst. So basically, we were handling everything from break fix, which is weird remotely, break fix to systems administration to engineering. I mean, we handle everything. So that wasn't a problem. What I did learn or do wasn't a problem for me. That was like, I could do it. I was doing the job, right? Before even like the first week, I was like, could you give me some ticket? Let's go. I'm ready to go. Cases, I'm sitting there doing nothing. And they just like, oh yeah, we'll give you some money. So I was working real fast. So anyway, and then we would have the monthly meetings, the whole team, whole company, small company. We have meetings, and then most of the meeting was about sales, and then most of the meeting was hyping up Copilot, encouraging us to use it because we don't use it. We don't need it. It's there. It's in Windows. It's baked in. You see it all the time, especially if you use the Windows PC with the Copilot button. You're gonna see Copilot every day, all the time. So, so they were encouraging us to use IT, not for anything specific, just use it. That's what's going on. Just use it. I don't even know for what. I don't give me a reason, right? Like here's my vision of whatever they call AI. It's called automation. It's automation, really. Like automation is built into a lot of tools you don't see. Like when I upload, do clips, right? I don't have to do clips anymore. I have to do some clips, but I use Substack. That's why my main video posting is now Substack, because if you upload to Substack your video, they will add captions, they will give you 4 clips, and then you can easily go through the video through the captions that they generate, and pick the new clips you want. It's very easy. The only time I have to do any editing outside of Substack is I need to, either add music to something, or I need to resize it for, social media. So that's AI. That's automation. That makes sense. And how much I pay for that? Nothing. Because it's on Substack. Substack gives you that for free, because they want you to build out your platform and then charge subscription fees, and they get paid for the subscription fees. I have 50 followers on Substack. I'm at 98 followers on YouTube. 2 more for 100, please. Help me out. Give me 2 more. I make no money from this. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. I hope to one day. We'll see. I'm not gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop, baby. I'm Diddy. No, I'm not Diddy. We ain't doing that. So that's the whole thing about AI. Like, the data centers are crazy. It's not sustainable as far as I'm concerned. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because they're trying to, the ads you see, they're telling you, oh, here's these 20 AI tools you use to make your life. I do this, blah, 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 blah. So all the stuff I was doing for myself for free, I now got to pay you. And then if you change your platform, now I got to update everything because you're using a new model, or your model's broken, and then I gotta deal with you now. I gotta give you money. Sam Altman, Elon Musk, what's the Claude? I gotta give you money for stuff I was doing for free because you saying I could do it better and faster, but we need a jillion data centers everywhere, and we all need to pay more for electricity. Yep. Yep. Do you trust Zuckerberg with the Meta glasses and the facial recognition? Why would you use Meta's AI? They have it all over the Facebook, right? Why would you use it? For what purpose? I'm just asking. I do use Gemini very sparingly. I use it to. I actually use it to edit the. I do it to edit. It's actually very good for images. If you don't have a graphic designer, you can use that. But I think we're using it. It's like baked into your Google One, the fee you pay, or if you have Google Fi, which I do have, it's baked into that. So it's like I don't see it because it's part of that. So, but I do like if I'm asking a question like. I needed to know today about Henry Kissinger, right? Because I'm going to talk about Israel and how I was brainwashed into thinking Israel was a good country. It's because I read a biography of Henry Kissinger. I used to read a lot. Biography of Henry Kissinger. I remember Henry Kissinger talking about a kibbutz, and he liked it because it was communal, all this stuff. But I couldn't remember exactly if he lived in Israel. But then I talked a lot with Gemini. And he visited there and talked about it a lot. So that's what I read in the book a long time ago, and that's why that book shaded my opinion of Israel, because it seemed like they were doing a good thing. I didn't know anything about Palestine at that time, right? I was dumb. But then, I'm growing up hearing about Palestine, and actually we are there. I was growing up hearing about Palestine and the conflict and the two-state solution. They used to talk about an honest broker or something like that, because they knew that they could. The Palestinians, Yasser Arafat, I think that was the PLO leader. They knew that they couldn't trust America in the negotiations for the two-state solution, because they're already, taking land, settlers are settling in Palestinian land. I think in the West Bank and in Gaza, Lebanon, just taking land. They walk up. There's videos of it now. That's the thing about independent media. They can't stop the music. They can't stop the information from getting out anymore, because we don't give a fuck. We don't know. We're not anti-Semitic, yo. We're anti-genocide. We're anti-Zionist. I don't know. I'm agnostic. I don't care about your religion. I don't care. I don't know I understand that there was anti-Semitism, and I'm very sorry about that. I would never do that. I don't have any characteristics in my mind that Jews are bankers, all that kind. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not gonna say that. I was with my best friends in elementary school was a Jewish kid. I think we were best friends because I was a black kid. He was a Jewish kid. Anyway, I didn't even know. I think I did know. I knew that we were ostracized. We were on the out, and all the other kids were white. I was the only black kid in the elementary school. For about, I don't know, a few years. It didn't affect me though. I think my mother got upset one time. I think somebody told my mother at a meeting that they don't even recognize that he's black. They can't tell the difference. I know if she took offense to that, I would have too. I probably would have said something. I would have said, "Fuck you." But I've been in all white schools a lot. You probably could tell. So my whole thing about Israel, and plus I was a Christian, so, and we were taught that, I probably said this before, we're taught that Christianity needs Israel to be where it is. I don't know. It's a whole thing. They can tell you. My father can tell you. For Jesus to come back. So the God of gods, the man of all power, high power, powerful, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, needs your help to come back. I don't know why he needs your help. He's all powerful. And then he does support genocide. He does support genocide. There's so much genocide in the Old Testament. It's crazy. And that's Israel. It's in the book. It's in the book. Okay, it's in y'all book. So this is, I'm gonna go into the next section, which is gonna be kind of deep because this is gonna be about the Israeli-Iran war lies. Let's go to the video. Oh my God, that's not the right one.
This is revealing news. The Washington Post is reporting this morning.
What the hell just happened here? My Jesus Christ, what did I do? I'm gonna, that video is for later. That's actually a treat. Pause. Sorry, y'all. Excuse me. So I have to set these scenes up every day, and it seems like I meant to set this up correctly, but I didn't. And I really want to play these videos. That's very strange, because I know I line these up one at a time, and that doesn't make any sense. That's so strange. Hold on one second. I'm going to get these videos straight. Bear with me, please, because this is an important section. Because this is going to be important for the Democrats to understand. Because they can lose everything if they don't try to work with us. I must be using the same sources. I swear I went through all this. This is the first time this has happened. And I guess I haven't done a video in 2 weeks. So give me 1 second. I'm just like, what the hell just happened? That is so weird. Here you go.
They come here with smiles on their faces, not get aid, be shot at, all this stuff, and come back the next day. It's like, whoa, what must be going on out there that you could come here to this monstrosity and still have a smile on your face? How is that possible?
I'm set this up. So this ex-Marine, he's talking about he was there to help the food aid for Gaza, but he couldn't really do it because Israelis think that Palestinians are low and they don't deserve food or fair treatment. These kids, they go into people's houses and take their houses and use violence, the settlers. So anyway, yeah, this is his experience trying to feed kids in Gaza.
So you've got these kids waving up.
Yeah. There's people and women and children that have queued up. What's so sad, what is so sad, they'll still have smiles on their faces, they'll be a bit angry, and they'll walk off and they'll come back next day. I'm like, how is that? You've gone for miles. Did you see we've still got food? But we can't give it to you. The IDF have said, no, time's up, you can't stay here anymore. It's mad. It's sickening to the core. But what stuck with me is the resilience and the love of the Palestinian kids and the women and the guys.
And there's videos and pictures that you posted of Palestinian kids 4, 5, 6 years old. Oh my God. And that's almost half their life.
A lot of them are orphans. The children that come, they come because they don't have
So how was Hamas formed? How did Hezbollah get formed?
They're coming on
themselves. They just hate Jews?
So more likely they are orphans and they hang around and get the food.
Peace.
How are you smiling? And you know what's sad, actually? Because you know what's sad? The kids are going, oh, they were singing God Save America. I'm like, the hell, you know, it's like pretty sad. They were singing God Save America. Oh, cheering in America. I'm like, just because they were getting food and they're nice, they're so welcoming. It's not right. Yeah, it's not.
He's affected. He talks about more, maybe I'll have it next week, about how they treat the men and how they give out food. It's unbelievable. But you'll never see this on regular TV. I'm gonna try to do another video. I might have to stop it because I don't know, my videos are messed up, y'all. Yep. Oh wow! How did that happen? Give me 1 second. I do apologize. I'm trying to do more, but the more I try to do, the more I break it up. Here's another video. All right, so this is the video we want to watch because this is the trick that they're losing because of independent media. They want to tell us that. They want to tell us that if you say anything against Israel, it's anti-Semitic. Anything, right? How is that possible? So they get a pass on everything they do because of the Holocaust, that we didn't do. I participated in it. I wasn't even alive during that time. I'm not German. America's fought a war to defeat the Germans, to free and save as many Jewish people as possible. They weren't Israelis back then, as possible. But I can't have an opinion on how they're treating the people whose land they stole.
I have been debating hardcore Zionists, Israelis, supporters of Israel for years now, decades. And the conversation always comes back to one line, one phrase, one talking point. Do you or do you not support Israel's right to exist? You've all heard that line before, right? It's the go-to move. If you don't support Israel's right to exist, you're an extremist, you're an anti-Semite, you want to wipe Israel and millions of Israeli Jews off the map. Even many critics of Israel are often left frantically conceding, yes, of course I support Israel's right to exist. But you don't have to concede on this point. It's a bullshit argument. Some of you may know I wrote a book about debating. And if you don't know, you know now. And today I want to share with you 3 arguments you can use if you find yourself stuck in a debate with someone who insists you recognize Israel's right to exist. Here's how you debunk their argument. Time for a debunking. Number 1. Right to exist where? Where? Where does this right to exist actually apply? Because Israel is the only country in the world that refuses to define its borders. So if you want me to recognize Israel's right to exist, does that right of Israel's extend into Gaza, the West Bank, the Golan Heights, East Jerusalem, all of which are considered illegally occupied territory under international law, and yet all of which are claimed by the current government of Israel as Israeli land. So right to exist where? Number 2, what is this right to exist? Where does it come from? Because states don't have a right to exist. No such natural or legal right exists. People, individuals have a right to exist. Human beings have that right. Not states, not countries. States change their composition, their governing structures, their ideologies, their regimes, their borders all the time. They're not fixed for eternity. The USSR broke up into Russia and 14 other new states. Yugoslavia broke up into Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, and the rest. Czechoslovakia split into Slovakia and the Czech Republic. What happened to the USSR's right to exist, or Yugoslavia's, or Czechoslovakia's? I mean, think about it. Does the UK have a right to exist? And if so, does that mean Scotland, for example, can never vote for independence? Would we say to Scots who voted in a referendum to be independent from the UK, sorry, you can't leave? That would be going against the UK's right to exist.
They will fight you.
People have rights, not states. To be clear, there is no right for countries to exist, nor for countries to continue to exist. None whatsoever.
They won't let us go.
And number 3, last but not least, if there is a right to exist, as they claim, does Palestine have a right to exist? Because last time I checked, Israel exists. As a matter of fact, it's a country with sovereignty. It's on the map with its undeclared borders. Over at the UN, it's Israel that's a full member state, not Palestine.
The worse it gets.
And it's the US, by the way, blocking Palestine's right to exist at the UN as a full sovereign member state. The idea that in a world where Israel is genociding the Palestinians in Gaza, ethnically cleansing them in the West Bank, and blocking their legal right to return from refugee camps across the region, the idea that in that world, Israel's right to exist is the one we should be concerned about, and not Palestine's, is both ridiculous and, let's be honest, racist. But look, this entire discourse is clear propaganda by supporters of Israel. Have you ever heard this phrase used in any other context other than in the context of defending Israel?
Nobody says.
Do we talk about
right to
Belgium's right
we have
to
right to defend
exist?
ourselves.
Luxembourg's right to exist? South Africa's right to exist?
Nobody.
Of course we don't.
Israel.
Because it's all demonstrable bullshit. So don't be cowed
they're playing on people's
when the right to
emotions.
exist gotcha is thrown in your face. Don't be browbeaten or intimidated or guilted into giving Israel a pass. That's what they want, a pass.
Right.
But this isn't about Israel's existence, it's about Israel's actions. It's apartheid practices, it's endless war crimes, and yes, it's ongoing genocide in Gaza.
Okay, so this is important. Follow him. Follow him if you want to get a clear mind on what's going on. So here's the thing. We're in trouble, right? We're in a lot of trouble, and we're counting the midterms, right? So we need all hands on deck. The only problem is we don't know who's for what, right? But there are ways to tell who's for what. And this message is going to be for, I want to cut this up into a clip because this message is for the Democrats. This message is for my representative, Angela Alsobrook and Glenn Ivey. Both of you have taken money from AIPAC. Glenn Ivey has taken over $7 million from AIPAC. Right? If that number goes up, I can't vote for Glenn Ivey. I can't, and that's exactly the same thing that lost the election in 2024, right? Israel, right? Israel is doing wrong. Chuck Schumer, gone. I will never support him. Jeffries, gone. I will never support him. I'm holding out hope for my representative. My other, Chris Van Hollen, that's my man. That's my man. He don't take much from AIPAC. And he's been in there, and he went to El Salvador to get Kilmar Abreu Garcia, a man of action. I voted for him since I was little. That's how I voted. Chris Van Hollen has always been a representative, and he's always represented Maryland well. And I think he takes a little more from AIPAC. I think we need to say this, right? Like, I think the discussion is going on online about if you have taken one for AIPAC, we can't vote for you. No, that's too much because we're gonna lose. I don't see a pathway to victory. Not with corporate Democrats. Not with Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer on that vote to send bulldozers or whatever, earth movers, whatever, and money to Israel. That 7 Democrat, all the this was Senate, right? Yep. All the representatives, Democrat representatives voted against it, except for 7. I know Chuck Schumer was one because I saw Chuck Schumer passionately pleading, saying that he will always support Israel, but he didn't say this part, over his constituents. Because what's happening now in this country, in this world, is on the back of Israel. Israel is doing all of this. Israel got us into this war. Trump is a useful idiot. They knew that. They hit him and milked him and got them to attack Iran. And with no plan. The generals didn't want to do it. Pete probably didn't want to do it. Pete but he's a sycophant. He's a sycophant and not very healthy. If you don't know that what you were reading is from Pulp Fiction, I know the Bible because you know what I'm saying. That's how I got out of Christianity. I know the Bible. If you don't know what you're reading is actually from Pulp Fiction, or you don't take the time to ask your pastor, or Google it, or use AI, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot, and you don't even know. You're not really a Christian. Cause I can't say that. You're an idiot. You're a baby Christian. I don't know. You're stupid. You're drunk. You were wrong. So how many other things are you wrong about? You're the Secretary of Defense. You have a lot of power. So, Democrats, you can lose the midterms if you continue to take millions of dollars from AIPAC, if you continue to support Israel over your constituents, you will lose. And we will go into authoritarianism. But actually, is authoritarianism any worse than having Israel run our government? This is it. This is the line. This is the line. And I'm not sure if Democrats are up to it. I'm not. I don't have any confidence. I have zero confidence in the Democratic Party. I'm independent. I vote Democrat. I have voted Republican in the past. But I have zero. From what I'm seeing, they don't get it. They don't get it. And if you want to know what your representative is doing about your support, I got a video here somewhere, about your support of Israel over your wishes, over what you want, track AIPAC. See the guys in green? The guys in green are track AIPAC endorsed, right? They don't take money from AIPAC. If your candidate doesn't show up in green, you got to confront them, and you can't vote for them. If I used to be doing the 2020-24 election. I was very scared, and I was like, online people were saying that this person's for genocide. We can't vote for him. And I was like, oh no, let us win, and then we'll handle it. Trump will be worse. But I understand what they were saying. You can't vote for a candidate that is supporting genocide, right? I don't know. It's that cut and dry. It's your choice, Democrats. Israel or America. That's it. I have no faith in us winning in midterms anymore. So hopefully that dude will die. Because we ain't gonna win it. They're not into it. They're not into the fight. And they don't care about the constituencies. Some do. The ones in green. Chris Van Hollen, my man. Glenn Ivey, nah, son. He's not. Not $7 million, bro. I know. Like Hakeem Jeffries was saying that. Oh, I use that money to get down the line. So you just corrupting all the Democrats with your money, right? You making all the Democrats beholden to Israel and AIPAC. Got it. And so we already know in the elections, the Democrats, AIPAC, will be running ads for Democrats. They want to win. You have to look up the PACs. You have to look up who is, when they say like this message is supported by blah, 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 you have to look up who that is. Also, we hear about that on independent media all the time. When ads are running and they're a little fishy, they research it and they tell you this is being done by AIPAC or Israel. You're not going to get that information on mainstream media at all. Because they're owned by billionaires who are beholden to Israel. I don't even know how that happened. Like, what the fuck? Why is they have all that power? All right, so I'm done. Next, I'm not done. I have some uplifting stuff for y'all tonight, or for this video. I actually was like, I came across, I'm into spoken word, right? And there's a few. There's like 3. There's 4. There's 4 women. I like women doing spoken word. I like women. But the way these women talk and the way they radiate, their beauty is from the inside. They're all beautiful women. Some not traditional beauty. No. Okay. Let me say this. I am attracted to women who don't wear a lot of makeup and who wear their hair natural. I don't know what it is, but that's it. And I didn't know about hoteps before I got into ethical non-monogamy. That was a whole thing I had to learn about. The Black Power movement. All that stuff. I wasn't into that. Like I said, I was raised in the suburbs. I went to college, started working, corporate, marriage. I'm trying to be white. That was my life. But then I left religion, found ethical non-monogamy, and I started meeting people I would have never ever met before. So beauty for me starts on the inside, and if a woman can do spoken word, oh my God. So I have some spoken word for y'all to enjoy. This first one really spoke to me about beauty, and it's the thing about beauty for me is it comes. Hello. Okay, sorry. The thing about beauty for me is it starts on the inside and it radiates out. I have been with a lot of like women who probably would consider conventionally beautiful, or like whatever that standard is, but to me they were always beautiful, all of them. I want to be with you. Yeah. So that's what this first spoken word poem is about. Here you go.
I have been debating hardcore Zionist Israeli supporters of Israel for years now, decades, and
What? I think I'm using video sources. I gotta fix this up. I do apologize. This is unprofessional, and I've got to get this fixed. Like yesterday. That is so weird, though. That is so. I spent hours doing this stuff.
He said to call him on FaceTime.
Oh my God!
I can't because I don't look pretty. Because he was used to seeing me all done up when I'm out around our city. He had never saw my bare face before. He never saw my natural hair. And I was trying to stay cute for him. It turns out he didn't care. He said, "You're most attractive to me when you look like yourself, truly. And what the fuck does being pretty mean when you have such natural beauty? I never wanted you because no flawless looks or the way you like to dress. I've always been more in tune with your spirit and the aura you possess." I said, "But these girls out here are always on point and my looks just don't compare." Their hair, their skin, their bodies, even I can't help but stare. He said, "Now, I'm not knocking no one else because they're gorgeous. This is true. Those girls are all a 10, that's facts, but baby, so are you. See, I had this way about me where I would always put me down. But speaking negatively about myself just doesn't fly when he's around because he wanted to help me see me, unlike anyone I've ever dated. And he was trying to make me fall in love with those parts of me I hated, and not in a manipulative way where he would own my self-esteem, but in an empowering way that would help me see just what I truly mean, because I had undervalued myself so much that I didn't know my worth. Be it my character or my looks, I had forgot to love me first. And he would look at me like I was the prettiest girl in the world, and I always found it strange.
Oh, the Saturday
morning. Seeing me reflected through
God.
his eyes, my self-image began to change. A man that helps you let your guard down will put insecurities in their place. So for the world, I get all dolled up, but for him, I simply wash my face.
Saturday morning, baby. Saturday morning. We ain't got nowhere to go. It's just me and you. Let's do it. That was All Things Kiraj, Kiraj. Links in the bio. She is away. So that got me like really wanting to highlight some other spoken word poets that I like and that I met. And this one, hopefully it's the right one. It probably is not going to be. But this is like Sonny Patterson. Like I said, I didn't know anything about the Hotep people or like the Black Power movement or the Black farming people and people who are like got the dreads or living like really off the grid and vegan, the green juice, all that stuff. The Ricky, the alcohol monogamy. That whole thing. I was in that thing. So I would have probably never been introduced to this spoken word if it wasn't for being in that community. Hopefully this is gonna work. This is Sonny Patterson. This is an old one, but it is powerful.
He said to call him on FaceTime. I said I can't
Oh
because I don't
wow,
look pretty.
Jesus!
Because he was used to.
This is unprofessional. I feel terrible because I sat here and did all these things, and for some reason, I don't know how I messed up. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, it'll be better next time. All right, so I'm gonna get this. 1 second, please. I'm gonna get this straight. Sonny Patterson. I cannot play this because it's powerful. I used to like just to have times I want to just look at this, and I couldn't remember who it was, and I would have to ask people, but now I just know. All right, Sonny Patterson.
It's okay. I can. We have not always found comfort in killers. We have not always found solace being rocked in the bosoms of those who silently pray and openly destroy. No, not always have we mistaken mimicry for mastery, or pretending for knowing, or enslavement for freedom. But across my memory marches millions, bold, regal, resilient, confident, unshackled feet stumping up spirits to guide us through this fickle material world. We like sun and moon folk, universal souls praying our prayers, singing our songs. Eshu, Ogun, Shango, Yemoja, Oshun, Obatala, Oya, Dambala, Aida, Wedora, Nkango, Olodumare, and Yame. We know all of you by name. We are people of beginnings, of culture, of strength. Not always have we given in to the empty threats and scare tactics of the powerless ones. Not always have we allowed the blood of our sons and daughters to color the streets while we're walking asleep, marching to the beat of death siren song. They're still wearing their sheets with nooses in reach, showing their teeth and smiling it seems. But I hear in the breeze, in the rustle of the trees, and the dangling of the feet, they say, please don't let them ever forget. You see, not always have we suffered from amnesia. Not always have we forgotten how to conjure up spirits, ancestor wisdom, fix up a mixture, spiritual elixir, ancient traditions. We like magicians, God like vision. We are people of sight, so no, not always have we fallen for this okie doke or inhaled the hazardous smoke of the manipulators or been satisfied with crumbs from meals our hands have prepared. Hugh said life for us ain't been no crystal stair, but at least the steps are there to push us up higher, teach us how to go beyond the destroyer's disguises, look them in the eyes and be able to see. Cause what's surprising when you know the nature of a beast, and especially when they've shown the same face for centuries. So you tell me, what's the difference between two sisters in New Orleans shot point blank in the back of the head and two women bombed in their car in Baghdad? Or government-sanctioned killings in Kenya and a sister held hostage in a house in Virginia? Or poverty in Haiti, poverty in Jamaica, rape in Rwanda or rape in Somalia, a sweatshop in China or one in Guatemala, or smallpox and blankets, syphilis and Tuskegee, formaldehyde and FEMA, ethnic cleansing and Katrina. I recall within the speech Dr. King made us aware. He said injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, so they can spare us that drama, huh? We got the heart of them field working mamas. We carry the torch of that ancestor fire. So with every fiber that flutters in our being, with every find that comes from our seeking, with every hearing that comes from our listening, and every sight that comes from our seeing, we must be faithful, strategic, victorious, and free.
Wow.
Thank you, Sonny Patterson.
Wow. It's chills. So, if the Middle East. It's funny. I was thinking about that. Like the two representatives, my two representatives, Angela Alsobrooke, Glenn Ivey. They're black. and I've questioned if I can vote for them. Chris Van Hollen has always been white, and I never questioned can I vote for him because the man is about his job, representing Maryland. Just to see him go down to El Salvador, he was on it. He was on it, and he is always on it. Yeah. All right, so we got 2 more. Sonny Patterson. We got Maui. So if you're on Instagram, all these people are on Instagram. The links are will be in the show notes. All these women are on Instagram, and that's how I found them. That's how I see them. I've been following them. They do beautiful poetry. Maui is wow. She's interesting. She does her voice, her cadence is so laid back, but it's powerful. She's on a tour. She's doing tours, city wineries all across the country. You'll tell why. But the way she delivers the cadence is so laid back, but it's just so powerful in the message. It's not gonna be right. I'm gonna stop it.
Okay, I can.
Nope. See, what
we have
happened?
not always found. We have not always found comfort in killers.
Hold on, this ain't the right video. So let me pause this and then get the right video.
Those who silently pray and
I've been working on this all day, and I'm trying these because you could tell like this is that's not. It's a touchscreen. I forgot. Okay, that's not her name. You can see the other video. I don't know. They were all set up, had name, everything, and I was doing them, I guess, and I didn't finish this till about like 8 o'clock tonight. All day. I had like the videos lined up, but then the assassination, and I messed up. So here's Maui. Give me 1 moment, and we won't go with that. That's crazy though. I still don't understand. I was duplicating and I was changing the video source. Help me out, y'all. Help me out. I need some help, people. Because I've been on stage for 2 hours. Here's Maui. Maui, the poet. If you like spoken word, you probably are already following her. She does a podcast too. She just got married though. Here we go. Maui the poet. I guess.
If you're a king, then you deserve to get catered to. And if you treat me like a queen, it's only right I return the favor too. So I'm waking you up to the dinner that I made for you, and if you're good, then I'm waking you up to some other things I saved for you. Your little angel in doubt to remind you're gonna make it through. Your partner in war to tell you nobody built like you. You got an ice cream truck, then you know I'm out there and I'm scooping too. And since I know how much you do, I never forget to sit and pray for you. I heard those girls love you out there. Oh, that's kind of funny. Should I love them too? The only difference we share are the reasons that we in love with you. They love what you can do. I love the things I see inside of you. And he says falling for you was easy for me. You so much different from the chicks I often would meet. You waited for me while I played in the streets, calling my phone like, when you gonna be the man I thought you could be? So anything you ask, I'ma fall at your feet, because when you a queen, you deserve to get catered to. And since you treat me like a king, it's only right I return that favor too.
See, these are women that are gonna feed you, feed into your life. I had that. I lost that. Like she had the ice cream truck. She gonna be there too. I started a business when I was married, and she was right there too. Every time, every single time. Right? If I asked her or not, she would come. When I was DJing, we had a mobile DJ company, and we were carrying like heavy things. She would just work, and I didn't have to ask her. I didn't have to pay her money. It was our money. We had a lot. We spent a lot of money. But anyway, that was my road dog, homie. You know what I'm saying? But she tried, and I died. So that's that. So let's talk about. But this is the type like if we can't feed into each other, why are we together? Now this next one is interesting. She's from DC, official warrior princess. Now, let's talk about this beauty thing. She's traditionally beautiful. Like normally, if a woman is this beautiful, they got problems. Like they stuck up. They got a problem. They want money. This didn't happen to her. This didn't happen to her for her to be this beautiful. But then she's a poet, spoken word, and the deep is deep. It's not light. It's heavy. She called herself official war princess. She's from DMV. I've never met her, but follow her on Instagram. You can follow her too.
If you're a king, then you deserve to get catered to.
I tell you, man, you don't know how.
And if you treat me,
this has hurt my soul. See what it says, official war princess. Okay, interesting. I didn't know I forgot I had a touchscreen. Official war princess, right? That's not official war princess. That's Maui. So you can see how I had everything set up, but for some reason, I see it now though. But I built each scene correctly. I need a producer. You want to know how to produce? Let me know. It's something to learn how to set up OBS. It's a good skill to have on your resume. And then if you want to be a content creator, you're going to have to learn how to do OBS. I'm not good. I'm learning. Some of the things that you see are great. And some of the things cost money. But you won't go wrong learning it. All right, official war princess. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Attention. Ooh. Mm. So I did that because I think it's important that we remember what we're fighting for, right? What makes you happy? You got to go back to that because we're being traumatized every day. This could all end tomorrow. There are too many countries with weapons that are. We're in the way. We're in the way. We're in the way. This isn't America anymore. We're in a fascist system with a crew that have pledged all their loyalty to a man with dementia and who shits on himself. That's just weird. The man would sleep on TV at a press conference in a meeting. All his guys standing behind him, the liquor cabinet, standing behind him, talking as if this man is awake. And they just didn't say anything. They didn't say, hey, wake up, bro, you okay? Nah, they just kept going. And he woke up and went right back to sleep, yeah. But he used to call Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. Yeah, Republicans lie. They don't stand for nothing. They stand for money. They don't stand for America at all. So this is like, so I'm at the end, right? So I'm gonna do my go-go. We're gonna do the go-go in 1 second to bring us out. But like the poetry part is you have to disengage and go back into what makes you happy, what brings you joy, and spoken word brings me joy. I like beautiful women too, but smart, intelligent, beautiful women are the more like I don't talk about that. Yeah, but that's what I like. But that's what I want to pass now. I'm 60 years old. I'm done. I'm done with that shit. I gotta take care of me. I'm the most important person in my life right now, and then my children, and then my grandson. All right, that's it. Republicans lie. I will be back definitely next weekend. I may start doing like quick takes because it should be happening like every day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for rocking with me. Yeah. So shorts will be cut up all week long. This has been like 2 hours. It's crazy. By myself, a 2-hour podcast. That's crazy. But I guess I had something to say. It's purpose, right? That's what you do. That's why you live. You actually have a purpose. All right, y'all want to hear some go-go? What y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear some, let's hear some District Kings, right? I'm District King. I used to be like Essence. I'm still Essence. But District Kings is that song they put out, Touch on Me. And then just seeing how they rocking Lisp up in Clinton. On Saturdays, yo, that's gonna be my band. That's gonna be my band, yo. Y'all wanna hear some go-go? What y'all wanna hear? This is Lisp. This is Lisp. This is Lisp Lounge. Saturday, yesterday. No, yeah, last night. It's the crank, man. All right, we'll see y'all next week, man. Peace out. Stay in the fight, man. Don't give up. We can't. We cannot give up.